Hello again in another episode of Gunfire TV. On my left, I've got Umorex Glock 18. On my right, I've got KJW's Ruger Mark II. As you can see, it's very old and used Ruger Mark II. I would rather have Mark IV on the table, but unfortunately nobody makes the exact replica, at least not right now. Now, I know that every airsofter on the planet was wondering, what if we took some parts of this and put it in here? Well, you don't need to wonder anymore, because I present you AAP01 Assassin. Let's take a closer look. Now, both pistols are made of polymer. As you can see, you can choose between black or tan. It's very high density polymer and it's made very, very durably, so nothing wobbles. It's very nicely fitted. At the front of the barrel, we've got a nut which secures 14mm counterclockwise thread if you want to install any kind of silencer, suppressor or muzzle device. Now, I did run this pistol 2 days ago during the skirmish, and I can tell that installing silencer makes it a bit quieter, unlike most of the GBB pistols. A bit, so it will not be super quiet. Sights have some optic fiber in it. Some people like it, some people don't. It gives you more visibility during a bit darker light conditions. Of course, not in the total dark. They don't glow in the dark, but it's very helpful when you're in very dense forest or indoors. Now, the bolt is made of metal. It's very light, so the reaction during the action it's very snappy and very fast. When you finish your mag, it stays in backwards position, and then you can drop it with a slide release, let's call it bolt release, that is ambidextrous. Also, the safety is ambidextrous. You can take it out, and if you're left-handed, use it from this side. If you're lefty, you can also change the position of the mag release. Mag release is also ambidextrous. Here it's set up for left-handed and here for right-handed. If your fingers are quite thin, you don't need any tools to do it. Also, the safety can be replaced on the other side. Now, as for the hop-up, you can adjust it from the inside of the gun, or if you can't reach it, you just push that button and break the gun like so. It's really cool. It resembles the original 22 pistol very similarly. Now, to lubricate and clean up the gun, you can do this and also reach the hop-up chamber like so. Now, let's get to the trigger. The trigger is just like the Glocks, and it has the same kind of safety here. So if you don't push that little safety, it will not shoot, only after you reach the whole trigger. More from Glock you will find in magazine well, because these babies use magazines from Glock. Not only Action Army, but also Umorex, also Army, also WE and Tokyo Marui magazines fit those little boys. I did check this 2 days ago during the skirmish. For Chrono test, we will use 0.2 Specna Arms Edge BBs and WE green gas. As you can see, all the plants are moving intensively. That's because we've got very, very windy conditions, and that's why I decided to use 0.48 Specna Arms Edge BBs, and that resulted with all the grouping being a little bit low. We were shooting at 12 meters. This is the grouping. As for the gun, right out of the box, I think this is more than satisfactory. You may have seen that I switched something here. This is the fan switch, this is selector, and almost all the BBs hit the target except two. That gives you a very nice recoil, but in full auto you need to hold the gun very, very securely. If you are wondering what kind of holster would work with this pistol, this is Primal Gear holster, and it keeps the pistol secured, and you can be sure you will not lose it. Now, why is it accurate? Mostly because the barrel is not moving. This is fixed barrel, and that gives you a lot of opportunities to mount optics on the gun. Rails should be at our shop in some time, but if you don't have rails, you can always use some fantasy, like here. And this will work perfectly because only the slide is moving in the pistol. I know how it looks, but it works. So knock yourself out in the comments below. This, of course, is a kind of a joke. You should never mount optics using a duct tape like here. But as you can see, all the 50 of the BBs are in the target, and it's quite good. As for the full auto, I would like to notice that this magazine has a ceiling that is rounded, and magazines of the pistol are flat. And even though it was able to get all the BBs into the target, and that's unlikely with other types of guns of that sort. Alright, so I must admit that when I first saw pictures and read few informations about those pistols, I had quite mixed feelings, because why not to make a replica of a gun? But then I realized that they will use Glock magazines, and I've got a bunch of those, and it's very easy to obtain spare parts for those magazines, and also it's easy to buy, for example, a drum magazine for a Glock, so big plus here. When I saw the price, I was even more satisfied. When I saw that there will be a lot of extra parts for those guns, like wrist rails and stocks and large magwells, well, then I thought, I love it. But when I saw the fan switch, I decided that I need something like this. And ladies and gentlemen, say hello to mine own AAP01, because I did buy this pistol and I had a lot of fun 2 days ago during the skirmish, doing that, all around the field. See you again in another episode of Gunfire TV.